Welcome to review number 3. In this review, we will be adding and subtracting whole numbers. Do you remember how to conquer a math problem? Well, today we will be using the acronym CUBES to help us. The letter C stands for circle. Circle all the numbers in the problem. U represents the word underline. Underline the question you have to solve. B means to box. Box in all the keywords. E means to eliminate. Eliminate information not needed to solve the problem. S means to solve. Solve the problem and show you're working. Then check your answer. Don't forget to use these problem-solving strategies to make your life a little easier. Don't forget to make a table or draw a picture. Make a model. Write a number sentence. Try the guess and check method. Make a list. Act it out if you wish. Identify a pattern. Solve a simpler related problem. Or simply work the problem backward. Let's be a detective and test our problem-solving strategies. Here's question number 1 for you. Last year, 1,245 passengers flew to Abaco. This year, 5,827 passengers flew to Abaco. How many passengers flew to Abaco in all? Let's solve this problem using cubes. First, you are to circle the relevant information that indicates how many passengers flew to Abaco last year and this year. Those numbers are 1,245 and 5,827. Next, you are to underline the question. How many passengers flew to Abaco in all? Box in the relevant keywords. Those keywords are in all. In all signals which operation we are to use. Whenever we hear those keywords, we know we are to add. Let's go ahead now and solve our problem. Step 1. We are to add the ones. 5 plus 7 gives me 12. I now have to take my 12 and regroup it. I place the 2 underneath the ones column and take the 1 over to the tens. Now I go ahead and add my tens. The digits in the tens place are 4, 2, and 1. I go ahead now and add them. 4 plus 2 plus 1 gives me 7. We're moving along to step number 3. With step number 3, we're going to now add the digits in the hundredths place. Those digits are 2 and 8. 2 plus 8 gives me 10. I now regroup my 10 by putting the 0 underneath the hundredths place and taking the 1 over to the thousands place. Step 4. I'm going to add all the digits in the thousands place. Those digits are 1 plus 1 plus 5, which gives me 7. My problem is solved. There were 7,072 passengers that flew to Abaco in all. Let's look at question number 2. Uriah McPhee Primary School has 932 students. 343 students are in the 6th grade. How many students are not in the 6th grade? In order to solve this problem, we must subtract. When we subtract, we write the greater number first, line up the place values of the second number, and then we proceed to step 1. In step 1, we are to subtract the ones. In this case, we are to subtract 3 from 2. Since we cannot take 3 from 2, we must now go to our tens column and rename our tens to ones. Our 3 becomes a 2, our 2 becomes a 12. 3 from 12 gives me 9. Step 2. In step 2, we are to subtract the tens. In this case, we are to subtract 4 from 2. Since we can't take 4 from 2, we must go to the hundreds column and rename our hundreds to tens. The 9 becomes an 8, our 2 becomes a 12. 4 from 12 gives me 8. I now proceed to step 3. In step 3, we are to subtract the hundreds. 3 from 8 gives me 5. How many students are not in the 6th grade? There are 589 students who are not in the 6th grade. Well done, grade 4. You've done an awesome job adding and subtracting whole numbers. The resources used in this lesson comes from the Bahamas Primary Mathematics curriculum and the Bahamas Primary Mathematics Workbook, page 77.